Welcome back to the Interstellar channel. Today we're going to be speaking about wants. It was my 24th birthday last week and I was actually a little bit unwell as well, which is why you didn't see a video come out. Now, every single year on my birthday, I will write out a list of the wants and desires that are kind of my focus for the next, let's say, 365 days or for the next year, for the next 90 days. Looking back at it is very interesting because when I was 18 up until 20, most of my wants were financial, materialistic. I wanted to earn X amount of money or, achieve XYZ thing. And I haven't actually, I don't think I'm where I wanted to be when I was 18. And I don't think I even want to be there. I heard a quote which was the true test of intelligence is ultimately getting what you want, but part of that is knowing what to want. So wanting the right things. Now, when I turned 20, I had an interesting life situation occur where my health was compromised. Not majorly, but it was compromised. It wasn't just a cold. And in that year, all I wanted was to be mentally and physically strong, to not care about, to be comfortable with myself and to not have, any sort of anxiety or worry overcome me. And ever since that point, most of my wants changed. It became revolved around health and fitness. Financial is still going to be there. Finance is important. Money is important. Anyone that says otherwise is kidding themselves. Or they might have a silver spoon in their mouth already, which, obviously fair play to them. But finance is important as well. And my goals became a lot more balanced, as did the people that I surrounded myself with. When I was 18 to 20, the people that I surrounded myself with used to say that, you can compromise your health and get money and become successful, and then you can do whatever you want. Your health will restore and XYZ. And the question is, what does it even actually mean to be successful? And I think that's ultimately just getting what you want out of life. If you're 18 to 20, I think it might be hard to, even 18 to 21, maybe even further than that, it might be hard to understand what it even is that you want, because you're still experimenting with life. What I would say is to not listen to anybody who says to compromise your health. First of all, I think that's ridiculous advice. Um, Anyone that places full importance on finance is, again, it just depends on who they are and what they're trying to achieve. Just because that's some people's goals, that doesn't have to be your goal. Most of the wealth or money that you see on social media isn't even real. I think true wealth is the ability to have peace of mind. And what a lot of these people have done is they might have made a lot of money, but they don't have peace of mind because they keep on escalating their expenses as well, and they're living very fancy lives. But working out what you want will come from maybe a multitude of books, videos, and asking yourself, what you truly deem to be a successful life. Um, Again, for some people, it might be to be, married and have kids and take care of the family. And for others, it will be purely financial, to build a business, to do certain things. And you just got to ask yourself whether you get actual fulfillment. And I guess the question to ask is, if you were to look back, let's say you're 10 years older than you are, and you were to look back, would you be happy with the decision that you made in the pursuit? Um, when I was maybe like 20, I guess my focus was to make 100k a month, and it was like I only care about getting to like 50 or 100k a month. Like even making 20, 30k a month would be so good. Now I'm 24. I've achieved one of those figures actually, which is interesting, but it didn't actually change a lot because I learned now that it's not actually about the goal that you want. It's more about the person you become in the process of getting that goal. And by the end of it, I didn't. It's not that I didn't want it, but I didn't necessarily care. I almost detached from it after being attached for so long. If I was to turn around and say that I wanted to be, I don't know, like a football player, for example, I don't have the footballing ability of Bukayo Saka or Ronaldo to maybe achieve that, I'm setting myself up for failure. So part of it, I guess, comes down to also accepting where you are. It doesn't mean that you can't get to that goal. Like there's not a goal that you can maybe not get to, but some have slimmer chances, and they really depend on whether or not you can lock in. And if that's the one thing that you truly desire, fair enough. Um, there are multiple things that you can desire, and it is said that desire is suffering. So having once or multiple wants is suffering. Now you're going to suffer anyways in life. It's just a thing in life. You are going to suffer. There's going to be things that you're going to do that maybe you don't want to do. So if that's the case, you may as well pick one or two of these things, one of the two of these things that you overwhelmingly desire, and be willing to suffer for it. I've picked my one or two, and everything else is almost like I don't really care if it happens. But these one or two things I have, like I've got it locked in my head. I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to go after. So yeah, really, it's just about picking the right things. I'm not going to share them with you. I feel like you should keep them very close to your chest because these things do change. And being able to change out of maybe what you wanted previously is growth as well. Because some people, the only reason why they want what they want is because it's what they've always said. And then when they get there, they realize that actually this wasn't actually what I wanted. It was maybe something that was impressed upon me, a family member or a friend or something I saw online, and leaves them feeling very unfulfilled. So pick your wants carefully. Pick them very, very carefully because they do drastically change the course of your life. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.